Hi everyone, this is Kim from Earn Greater Profits again, and here is video number 10 in the series about creating your website from scratch in the software. And so in this video, we're going to be adding a reviews section, a testimonials section, and I'm going to show you how to use the reviews widget that we have in the software, and then we'll do some others. Let's go ahead and add ourselves a section, and we're just going to do a one column row because that's what the widget usually, it looks good either way, but I usually do just a one column row. And let's just go down until we find our reviews widget right there. Now, this doesn't look very good right now, but all it is basic. So we're going to hit save here. And then I'm going to go into the other section. So if you're in the software, I want you need to scroll down to settings and integrations. And then you have to make sure your Google Business profile is set up. I just threw one in there that I know has some reviews so that you can actually see how this works. Because if you don't have any reviews, you can't see how it looks. And so then you just go back, and in the software you click on reputation, and you'll get to this overview, but we want to click on widgets. And I'll just show you a couple of different things that we can do to alter the look of the widget. So let's just create a new widget. We're going to use Google as well as Facebook reviews, so you can pull both in. And then you can change what this says here, what our clients say about us. You can, let's just start from the front, this layout. You can do the list style. You can do a grid style. You can do a masonry style, which I kind of like. And then you can do a legacy style, which is not very fun looking. But let's go ahead and do the grid. Actually, let's see if the masonry works. Sometimes, depending upon the length of the reviews, the masonry doesn't work fabulous. But let's try it. And then let's go ahead and do a maximum of 8 reviews. And so that's 4 across with 2 rows. All right, so then we're gonna, let's hit save real quick and name this masonry widget. And then we can make it live in our template as long as we've got the widget on our page. But I'm going to go and we're going to edit this widget and do a couple other things. So we'll click on content, and you can say whatever you want to say here. Some wonderful reviews from our wonderful clients. You can have a description there. So you can add a little blurby. And then you have some options as to what shows and what doesn't. And so you may want to not, if you don't have that many reviews, you may not want to announce how many reviews you have. And so we can just delete that. You may not want to show what your average rating is. We could delete that. You could even delete the write a review button if you want to get rid of that. We'll go ahead and leave it. And I'm going to go ahead and leave the rest of these. All right. And then under appearance, you can have a light theme. You can go dark, or you can do a custom theme. So if you've got some branding colors that you want to do, you can adjust them here. I'm just going to leave it on the light theme for now. Then you have the ability to do a few different fonts. The Georgia font is kind of close to the content font that we're already using, so we'll just go ahead and throw that there. In fact, we'll just leave it. And then you can also display these under settings are the review elements. So if you want to display the date that it was reviewed, you can, or you can get rid of it. You can display the reviewer icon, which is these little circles down by their name, or you can get rid of it. You can exclude reviews that contain no text. And I don't know that this particular business has any that don't have any, so I'll just check that. And I'll just go ahead and leave the date displayed as well. Because if all your reviews are like from 4 years ago, you probably don't want to display the date until you get some newer reviews. So there's some reasons why you wouldn't want to show that. And if you're not using, if you use our software but use a WordPress website, you can copy this code into this widget code right into your WordPress website or any other platform, and it works just fine. So you've got that code there. Let's hit save, save. All right, and I'm just going to reload our preview page. It's been a while since we actually looked at this. And here we go, some wonderful reviews from our wonderful clients. And it looks like the masonry does work really well. Let's add another row and let's change it to let's just edit this widget. Let's change it to a grid and add ourselves another row. And we'll just hit save. And then we'll come over here and reload the page and we'll just see how that looks. It looks like by default it only shows 2 rows, but then it's got this load more. And so you can load your 3rd row. So depending on what you want to do, you may want to just leave the 2 rows there. And then you can always add a button down below saying see more reviews, and then you can go to an individual page and add a lot more reviews and see them all. This widget just shows you know, a few reviews. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit this one more time because I really like the masonry view. Then we'll go back to 8. Okay, great. And in those settings, you can change the background. In fact, let's just do that. And so it looks a little bit better appearance. The primary widget background color, because we have, I think it was F4. Okay, let's see if that, there we go. Okay, so that'll blend in seamlessly. You can also change the card color. Widget primary, the other one, review background color. So you can make the background different. I'm just going to leave it white because that's the easiest to read. You can even change the star color to match your branding if you'd like to do that. But I like the way that looks, and one of these days the developers are going to add to be able to change the button color, and that'll be good because right now I think you have to do it with custom CSS. So let's reload this. There you go. That was way more seamless. And you can put a divider down here to just differentiate between sections. But that looks good. Okay. The other thing I wanted to show you is, and you'll see here that The widget just shows the default settings and doesn't actually pull in your custom settings when you're in the back office actually creating these. And so that just shows you where it's going to go. Let's go ahead and create another section, and I'm going to show you some other things that you can do. In fact, maybe I'll just point out, you can do the same thing here. Instead of an image, you can have text. You can create a card that looks just like this. If you've got testimonials and reviews from somewhere other than Google and Facebook, so if you've got a section on your website where you allow people to leave reviews right on your website, you're going to want a place to put all of that, and you can create a card that looks like this and just add the reviews manually and just edit them in a section just like you would the gallery or these cards here that we did in these previous videos. And so you have a lot of options, and I'll show you one more option that is kind of interesting. It doesn't work in all cases, but I'll show you what it looks like. And this one is called an image feature. You can use this for blog post links, or you can use this as a portfolio if you'd like. Let's just add this as a 2-column. So it looks pretty good as a 2-column as well. You can actually set this to go horizontal. Let me see the right spot where we can move it horizontal. I know there's a spot. Here you can also change the way it looks, make your text have more space or make your image have more space. It depends on how large you want your images and how much text you have. And so I really like the way that looks. So let's change this one too. All right, and so this would be an excellent way to show off your reviews on your website. You can show the image. I think there's also an option not to show the image, but being an image feature widget, it assumes that you have an image, and so your testimonials have got to have an image, or you can create an image to go with it. So anyway, let's just throw a little image in there, and let's just say this person took a picture of their artificial grass that this business owner installed for them. Wonderful patio, blah, 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 blah. Great. And then you can just add homeowner, city, state, and you could even just do italicize there. And I'm going to see if I can add under advanced. It's usually under there. Yeah. Let's go ahead and add a little bit more space. And owner name. Great. And so this makes a pretty good image. If you do have images for all your testimonials, that's another good option. And then you can just play around with it until you like the way it looks. And let's go ahead and get it back to a one-liner or a 1-column. And then you can add a bunch more, you know, if you've got extra, you've got all this extra space for a longer review. And yeah, I really like the way that looks. Then what you can do is clone that, do another one, and the other thing you can do with it is, ooh, you can add a text shadow. No, I don't want text shadow on my text. I want shadowing on my entire thing. They may not allow that. The other thing you can do is change the order. So you can alternate, give it a little bit of change up there, but remember that in your mobile mode, oh, look at that. That's really nice. So even though on the desktop version you've switched it, the developers have changed it so that on mobile mode you're still seeing the image first. So that's wonderful. Then you don't have to go switching it up and hiding certain elements like we had to do earlier. So yeah, that looks great. I think that's it. So many things you could do to create a reviews section on your website that you have static reviews that are not on Google. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you in the next one.